Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile, the Legacy of Phrecia 2.0. This will be the third iteration of this mini-series, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. Mini-series, that sounds kind of professional, right? And I want to talk to you first because I've had a lot of time to play over the last few days, and I've made a lot of progress. I'm here in Act 9, actually. As you can see here, I haven't done anything in Act 9. Act 9 is maybe one of my least favorite out of the 10. So I'm stalling, but also I've got some stuff that we want to cover ahead of time. So I actually have two clips that I want to play for you guys. I did make my ascension, so I did the first ascendancy. I delayed it as long as I felt like I could. It was bad. I was so nervous because I don't want to die in the trial, because then you have to start the whole thing over. So luckily it wasn't too painful, and I'll show that here in just a second. And then I'm in Act 9, so I did kill Kitava the first time. I wanted to record that and go over it here with you guys as well. So let me first do the Kitava fight. Now normally I would do a voiceover in my editing software, but I want to do it a little bit differently this time, just to give it a try here, because I changed my microphone settings so it should be a little bit more crisp using my streaming software versus using my editing software. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to bring in my Kitava kill first, and then we will talk about it as it's happening. And here we are. You can see I'm using Windows Media Player, so just wanted to quickly... I've got it going at 1.5 times speed, just to... make it go a little bit faster so we don't have to sit through the whole 5 minutes. So of course Kitava, he's going to send in all of his minions. By his minions, I mean all of the unique monsters from Act 5. There's death number 1. So part of me, again, this is going very quick. So it's, in the moment, it was a lot different for me, but I'm using Blade Trap, I think it's called, Blade Trap, which is doing a lot of single target damage for me. Actually, I was using it quite a lot through some of the campaign parts there. It was carrying me quite a bit. There's our second death. So I for a long time, for several leagues, I was doing, as my main skill, I was doing a hex blast mining build. Never really got into traps, but it's the same kind of thing where you get to throw a bunch of the objects on the ground and then they explode. So you can preload a fight, which is great, where while I'm waiting for them to spawn in, I can throw a bunch of traps on the ground, and then they explode and do their thing, and I can then focus on either surviving or doing my own separate damage. So that was pretty nice about using the blade trap, is I can go ahead and throw a bunch of blades or a bunch of traps over at Kitava right there and have it do damage while I'm running around trying to avoid his sweeping attack and all this stuff. So he goes down, comes back up, and so I know he's gonna come in soon, so I went ahead and threw a bunch of traps down there, and that did it. Almost gotta die there. Now this was insane. I did not expect high 80 lasers for killing the heart. That was interesting. Definite change to the normal. There's our third death. Fourth death. I think I got another one right here. I can't remember. I don't know what the spinning red things are on the ground. It's definitely a debuff of some kind. I just don't know. Maybe I can tell while I'm doing this voiceover. I can look if I stand in it. I don't know what happens. That was number 6, by the way. I'm counting on my hands as we go through this. So I end up making some changes to the build between recording this and, I say recording this fight and recording this actual episode right now. So we'll go over those after I show you the ascendancy. So let's see, do I go into any of the red circles? I try to avoid it like the plague, so of course I did a good job of avoiding them right there. No concerns. And I believe that's the end of the fight, right? He just gets mad. Yeah, he's gonna blow things up. Yeah, there's our screenshot if I can remember to get it. So there we go. Killed Kitava. 6 deaths for Kitava. That's not too bad. And now I'm going to bring up the labyrinth, the first normal labyrinth fight. And away we go here, going to the Aspirants Plaza. Ignore my screen. I know it's kind of gross. I've got my Path of Exile game in the background. I've got the recording going on over here, which I've got playing at 2x speed. I accidentally clicked on the bronze plaque. Here is the labyrinth plan for the day. I ran it on February 1st. I'm recording this on February 2nd. This is a really straightforward, straight across run, and I've got the screenshot here. Get rid of this. I got the screenshot here so we can reference it as I go through if we need to. But here we go. I have done this enough times now, and I think last league really helped because I ran a lot of labyrinth. So I also changed my item filter there a little bit. So you're going to start to see some different colors and stuff. But I ran enough labyrinth last league to farm up some gems and stuff that I became pretty familiar with the layouts and kind of what to expect when you get to certain areas, and like different ways that you need to exit out of areas and things like that. So there we go. We're already at the first trial. It was just one room from 1 to 2. So now I'm able to preload a bunch of blade traps on Izaro, and now my goal here is absolute survival. Don't get hit. This is also another thing I don't like, is he was shielded. Like, I got his health down the proper amount, but too fast, and he was still attacking me even though I could not do any more damage to him. So that's a switch puzzle right there. I don't like doing those. It's, if you want to do it for the loot that you can get out of there, it's not worth it. Just ignore it and keep going. We're already at the next trial, so we were in room 3, now we're in room 5. I'm going to preload Izaro again with a bunch of traps. You can watch me do that here. They're going to start spinning, and then already he's down to his second, third. Door opens up, and we get the heck out of there. So now we're in room 6. We're going to go 6 to 8 to 10. So we'll watch it happen. I may slow this down to 1.5. This is going really fast, actually. I remember having some issues. Never mind, I did not have issues there. I thought I had issues in that area, but it must have been this one. I got a little discombobulated because of all the fire ground and stuff. Yeah, this one was pretty annoying. That's the wrong door. That gets me, that's the left door. We want the center door. Let me slow this down to like... Yeah, it's the final fight. We can go at 1 speed. The blade traps were absolutely clutch here at preloading. This is what I always did with my mines. I would preload. You can get like 30 mines down and just totally melt his health down. That was so easy. Of course, I'm like 10 levels over the recommended number. So of course, yeah, it wasn't it was never gonna be thing. I just got really nervous because I was dying so much. I mean, 6 times to Kitava. I did not want to have to do this again, even though it only took a few minutes. This is like 5-minute recording, so 5 minutes to run lab. Even if I died, it wouldn't have been the worst thing. So I didn't really get anything here. We go into the divine plaque. The plaque? No, the font. And I just end up getting quality. And this is where I want to stop. I'm going to actually scrub the video to go to here. So we're going to end up as a blind prophet. But I did not select blind prophet. I was reading, the reason why there's so much more time in this recording is because I was reading the notes in the Path of Building. And I regret not doing that before, because it would have made my time a lot easier. A whole lot easier. Up to this point, I think. So we're going Servant of Arakali to start, because there's a node here, and the game, it will show in the game here. So there's a node here where it grants the level 15 Envy skill, and it's free. So Envy is a debuff put on enemies. It's like an aura that debuffs your enemies around you, or the enemies that you hit. And according to the notes, it like 3 to 4 times is your damage. And so it was incredible. So in doing that, I also had to make a bunch of changes to my skills because I didn't read the notes, and the notes gave a lot more information than just the normal, like, checking the gear or checking the skills tab. So I'm going to go over that here right now and show you guys all of the changes that I've made to the build as far as the skills and stuff go. But keep in mind, so keep in mind here that we're a servant of Arakali, and then when I run the next lab, I think I finish it, and then I have to run low-level labs again and again to respec out of Servant of Arakali and go into Blind Prophet. So obviously when that happens, I'll do recordings of all those things and all that. So I don't think I need to do anything fancy here for editing. Okay, good. We're in the game. So let me show you. I don't know why I always go to the stash to show you guys like my skills and stuff. So where I was using Viper Strike and Whirling Blades. Whirling Blades was the single target main damage dealer according to the notes, and we've changed that to Viper Strike is the, where is it? I lost it. It's up here, right? Yeah, Viper Strike. Viper Strike is the single target damage dealer, and I've got that selected with Withering Touch and Multi-Strike and Unbound Ailments. I had to swap around. I was not supposed to get rid of Cobra Lash, but I had gotten rid of Cobra Lash. Well, it's back, baby. And this is what's going to help us deal with all of the packs of monsters that we incorporate or run into. So we've got Cobra Lash with Volley Support. So that fires additional projectiles, which is amazing, and then chance to poison and faster attacks. I don't think anything else has really changed. We're using Frostblink. Withering Step is supposed to be used when I'm like on a boss. It grants phasing, but it also counts as a blink skill, so you can't use Frostblink at the same time. That's okay because we have Whirling Blades, which is like Frostblink light, but can be used instantly again and again and again and again, and it's my main traversal skill where I'm just skipping so many monsters. At one point I was like 3 levels above the monster level of the area. Well, since I started using Whirling Blades, I'm like 1 below the area level, which is kind of nice. I like being around 1 below. So Whirling Blades hooked up with faster attacks and momentum. Probably don't need that, but these are the slots I have. We still got Despair. I've still got Skitterbots here, but I'm not using them because I'm using I'm using Envy over here. I'm not using Skitterbots. I'm using Haste and Herald of Agony. Herald of Agony is helping with damage. It's doing damage, giving poison buff and stuff like that. Haste, of course, movement speed, attack speed, cast speed. Withering Step for when I'm fighting monster or bosses or particularly difficult monsters. Despair is a curse that makes enemies more susceptible to chaos damage, which is poison. Poison is chaos damage. And Viper Strike is my single target sort of main attack. So that is the update for everything I'm at right now. I've done miscellaneous, gear upgrades and stuff. I think I've got crafted modifiers pretty much everywhere that I can. I can craft something on the boots if I want to. I do want to, actually. I don't even know what I would put on there. The amulet is maxed out. I can get a prefix on the mask. So I'll probably get life on mask. Because I think I'm pretty low on life, but I don't know. I'm having a good time, by the way. Like, this is going really good. Since the switch over to Cobra Lash and Viper Strike, it's been going a lot better. A lot more fun. So I'm just going to wait for this to load in. I should edit this out, but I'm probably not going to. So I edited some stuff out. Sue me. Here I am. Let's go ahead and while I'm here, let's put in this, and yeah, I'll get max life. Let's see if I can get a 40 roll. That would be cool. Do I want life? Yeah, I do need life. Boom, 35. Okay, that's better than halfway there. So that's nice to have. Obviously, there's nothing in my stash. I think that's about it as far as this goes. So let's do some Act 9 to kill the rest of the time here in the episode. And we'll see how it goes. I'm not anticipating it going poorly, but also you never know. So we got, let's talk to Tasuni to get rid of the exclamation mark. Okay, good. And up here we go and out. So I'm not tracking my time necessarily, but I'm at just shy of 10 hours, so it's slower than... Where am I? Yeah... Actually, did I say just shy of 10 hours? I did, just shy of 10 hours. So my fastest time... Dang, man, I've got notes, but I don't know... Oh, what is that? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be doing this on camera. But, so my, okay, no, never mind. My fastest time is 8 hours, 36 minutes. Keepers of the Flame. For Act 9 to be done. So I'm a bit behind. So here's Whirling Blades. I can just skip all this. I've been doing occasional breaches to just get some juice for the tree. But you can see we can Cobra Lash all these guys. I can hit him with Spare. And now he's cursed, and then I can Viper Strike him. And there he goes. And look, Withering Step just got upgraded. Very good. Also, I haven't really been using mana flasks. And I really don't use my Quicksilver very much because... Whoa. Because Whirling Blades it's like ineligible for Quicksilver. So I don't use it. These guys are really wrecking me. I'm 3 levels below the area here, so I might need to farm up some XP, actually. In fact, I think that's probably gonna be what I do. Normally I wouldn't kill everything, but at this point I kind of need to. And now I know for when I'm ready to do the respec into the Blind Prophet, I'll know to read the notes and get a better understanding of what the heck I'm supposed to do and what to expect with the change, so I don't instantly brick my build while I'm waiting to get accuracy on something, or just waiting, oh wow, or just waiting on something to change. Get a better piece of gear or something like that. So good to know there. I made the mistake, but since I fixed it, I know now. I listen, as with most things in life, I make mistakes in this game, but thankfully for me, I don't often make the same mistake twice. I try not to anyway. Sometimes it can't be helped, but I like to think that for the most part, I learn from my mistakes. I try not to do the same stupid things more than once. I think I get life on hit and mana on hit. So that explains why, whoa, I really probably haven't been using my mana flasks very much because I'm getting lots of mana on hit and I'm hitting a lot of enemies. I didn't see where I am on the XP bar here. P-bar. 75%. This is the main first area, I think, of Act 9, so there should be a waypoint here shortly. I need better flasks. I need, like... I forget which ones I was looking to hopefully get. I think I need a silver flask. And silver grants evasion, or phasing allows you to phase through monsters, because I have run into situations where a doorway is blocked for me and I can't get through, and it's really frustrating. But you can see Cobra Lashes is doing some work here. And the beauty thing about poison is that I just threw one Cobra Lash at those guys and a whole stack of them died. So I can throw it and then run. Got that level up. That was quick. That was a pretty quick 25%. So sometimes I'll stand off like on the edge of the screen and just fling bunches of projectiles and then just watch things die. Or they even on my screen. I guess I don't watch them die if they're not on my screen yet, but you know what I mean. This guy's gonna be a problem right here. Ooh, got him. Never mind, he was not a problem. The funny thing about playing this event and like with the act bosses spawning in all of the unique monsters for the act, there's a lot of mini bosses in part 2 of the campaign. All of the minor gods and major gods and stuff that you have to kill, or the minor gods, they count. So you know, you're fighting all the big guys twice. Ouch. Okay. See, I just did my Quicksilver, but this thing, Whirling Blades, doesn't really count for it, so it's kind of a waste. I don't know if I keep Whirling Blades for mapping. Periodically enrages. That's probably gonna not be a problem either. Cool. And of course, dying in the axe. There's no penalty for dying in the axe, other than wasted time, but for the most part, that's not too severe. Try to pick up all the gold. I've been using my gold mainly for gambling when I was trying to get a better claw. Just like with my main build, I'm going to try to use the Genesis tree to get armor. And then I'll try to gamble for new claws until I can actually like buy them off of a player or something like that. Extra chaos damage, that's rough. That's rough. That's a rough modifier when you have negative chaos resistance. Apparition. Apparate this. Look at that, we're almost 50%. Oh, nice. Defeat the mummies. Are you my mummy? No, you are not my mummy. Remember, single target, use Viper Strike. It can be hard sometimes, and you have to show restraint to only throw one projectile and then run away and hope that enough stuff dies. Instead of just standing there and hammering it, you know? Dropping a lot of flasks. That's kind of crazy. There's the waypoint. I'm glad I didn't go on to the next area. I forgot that I didn't get the waypoint yet. Where are we on time? 26. We're getting close to where I feel pretty comfy at ending it for this episode, so I can focus on more farming. I know most people go to the Blood Aqueduct to do farming. I just don't feel like doing that right now. I want to make progress. we get out of here? I thought I saw the exits up there, maybe? Or is that the entrance? The foothills. This is the exit. Good. I was right the first time. Amazing. Okay, good. Oh yeah, here we go. Over there, watch him get poisoned and die, hopefully. There we go, good. Man, that's good. About to get another level up here. Actually, I think I need portal scrolls, so I'm going to grab that. Good, we got a shrine, so we're hammer out a bunch of stuff there. A bunch of stuff there. Inadvertently found Boulder back. Good. Hit him with despair, or yeah, despair, and then easily dismantle him. Whoa. A lot of guys here. Curse him. And then poison. So using a strongbox, I'm not opening them, but it's a great example of like preloading traps or mines for this. So I could throw down like 10 traps and then open it up, and then whatever spawns in there gets just instantly melted because the trap is doing what it does. Dude, life on hit is powerful. Is there anything else in this area? I hate to go to an area and get it like fully unveiled like this, and then only to find out I missed something and I have to go back, and then the area resets and I gotta do the whole thing again. How are we looking for space? Okay, look. I can justify this. I need to go back. Maybe. Talk to Sin. Taurus. Take the claw. And the passive points. Oh boy. And Bottled Storm. And I'm just gonna quickly dump everything. I'm not gonna go through anything right now. I will look up my skill points. Do I need to go up to there? I don't know. Let's check. I do not. I have this. Oh, I need this to depth perception. Critical strike chance and global accuracy rating. Nice. So, need that. I do need to go back there. I can clear the sandstorm. That was down here. I'm going to go ahead and do that, because I know that this area is still loaded up, so I can just swing right on over. And then I think the only thing to do over here is to kill Shikari. Yeah. I was right, as usual. Look at all that jewelry. Give me. Whoa! Inflicts grasping vines. Chef, don't skip everything, you need the XP. Really care about skitterbots. Our first map. Evasion energy shield. Okay. I don't know what base I would really want to look for as far as getting a good EV ES. Oh, did I get the curse active? I did. So, Viper Strike. And I can safely kind of run away while the poison does what poison does. Gotta go to the other area here now. Like I was saying, we're going to have to fight Shikari again at the end of Act 9. Thankfully, we don't get this phase. Have to do all this nonsense. There yet? Am I there yet? Let me in. We're so close. Whoever's idea it was to program this in, it's not nice. Curse. I think I got it again. I walked right into that one. Did not want that to happen. Did not expect that. You have to reapply the curse, I think. Shikari's on low life, so she's enraged now, so everything is gonna hurt. I think I got the poison. Good. Okay. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. She entered right where I was. So even though Viper Strike is the single target, I can still hang out off on the side and make sure she dies. Good. That was cool. Wow. Let's go ahead and do that. Grab some of the smaller stuff I can sell for gear. Currency. Cool. So now we can leave this area. We'll go back home. I'm going to end the episode here, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. This was a good one. Some good progress here. So I'm going to probably finish out Act 9 and Act 10. And then I'll bring you back for the Kitava fight and the Merc lab, the second lab I'll do on camera. And then maybe do another voiceover situation like this one. But yeah, that's where we are right now. So I want to thank you again. And I will see you next time.